Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Count it all joy, even when you go through hard times, right? So let's look at the time that we're walking into. It's like new beginnings. It's the season of Aries. It's the number one house. It is a spiritual house of how you see yourself, how you think of yourself. And so if you're not thinking good thoughts of yourself, if you're only thinking negative thoughts or thoughts that put you down within yourself, then your manifestations will be that in the months to come. I like to tell those that I work with how we see ourselves within, how we think of ourselves within is how the outcome will manifest, because Aries is the I am energy that Moses spoke of, and that God told him to go forward and free a people in. I said, told him to go and free a people in. So Moses had come to that I amness of his journey. That means that he had began to transform himself from someone who saw material as the only way to someone that experienced the season of drought, desert, and seeming nothingness, and then into a new presence of someone that would teach him the way of goodness and mercy, meaning the universe, God. God is our source. So as you look at Moses, you begin to look at yourself and say, where am I? Am I still in the material mindset of needing things to prove who I am, people to prove who I am, or am I in the spirit of saying and speaking who I am, being and doing who I am on my accord after I have had an experience with God? And that experience isn't one time. That experience is a practice every day. It's going in and coming out. It's going in to the spirit realm through prayer and meditation, and it's going out of the spirit realm practicing who you have practiced to become when you were sitting with God in the presence. So I like to think of Moses and all of the great leaders that we talk about in the Bible, or even the women like Ruth, as people that have grown spiritually. They seen that there was a time for material possessions, but they now had to integrate material with spirituality. And a lot of times that spirituality will become dominant in our lives because it needs to be the focus. A lot of people will, say, oh, well, you need to get over the material world, but we can't have one without the other. It's like the battery. The battery needs negative and positive, so we need both. It's like the sun and the moon. You need the sun to shine, but you also need the moon, because the moon is significant to the waves and the energy of life. Also, the sun promotes growth through your seeding, and so the sun represents the male energy and the moon represents the female energy. With that being said, if they come together in unity and they agree to disagree, but go forward with plans, then that means that they can come up with something new and innovative like Moses. So Moses had to come to himself physically and spiritually and mentally. But he also had to come to himself through what we call that yin and yang, that woman and man that lives within man. And so in this season of Aries, if we focus on ourselves and not others, we'll get a message. Meaning, if you just took 5 days to go within and you really practice peace, you would see some turnarounds in the actions of peace around you. That means that you are practicing to be a peaceful person. You're not practicing to look at people and how they give you peace. You're practicing to be that peace. And that's how a change in our lives, it comes, because the inner work is through the fruit of the Spirit, which is in 5 and 19. First, you are given in chapter 5 of Galatians the understanding of what is not fruit. It is the unprosperous fruit, negative energies, jealousy, envy, and striving. And then after you go through 20 to 21, you'll find that there is the positive fruit that you are actually working to manifest. And manifest is I am peaceful, I am love. It's not one time, it's focusing on that and not the external. So here we have a spiritual manifestation waiting, because in I am presence, in the beginning, there was nothing but darkness and void. But the void wants you to create something. And so that's where you begin to create who you want to be with the void, the Godhead, the Goddess, the source. Why in the void? Because that's the only place that you can create. You can't create a new home and have new furniture in it unless you take the old furniture out. If you want a new furniture set, you have to take out the old. If you want new money, you have got to release old money in order for new to come in. It's just like we have the financial changes that are going on. Well, back in 2008, Bitcoin began to be present. The dollar has been said to become insignificant for a period, we know. So the Bitcoin can't really come in and take over unless the dollar and the coins, the change that we use, is not used anymore, which we see happening in stores. So I'm going to leave you there to understand what manifestations do. Manifestations come through us practicing and believing and speaking to the universe within ourselves what we desire, but it also happens by us releasing things that are not going to work now. And that is something that we do as individuals in order to move our lives, forward in the future. So I am Aries season. Aries season also, let me just add to you, it's not an easy season because it's a primal energy. It's like the ram, or it's like the god Aries. Aries was always energetic, looking for something to do. And a lot of times his energy was not being focused into something productive. So he was causing a lot of trouble. So if you see yourself in a mindset where you're just angry, or you're negatively speaking in your mind about people, then you can shift that by realizing that you need to get more going on with yourself to do, meaning change your thoughts. That's a work in itself. If you don't change your thoughts in the season of Aries, you are going to respond to negative thoughts within yourself. You will also gravitate negative to yourself. And that is something that comes back to practice. Practice who you want to be and who you do not want to be. Change you and you change the world. You change your world. So blessings. You can email me at ifwbuilders@gmail.com. You can also get sessions. Right now, just email me and we'll talk about the timing. But I wanted to come on to encourage everyone and to ask everyone to resist being trigger happy. Don't be responsive to negative. That's a practice that says my ego is less present and my peace is more present. Allow passage. You don't have to fight for yourself. You can understand practicing non-defensiveness. Is the word. Not being defensive, because most people are defensive. We have to. We feel like we have to protect ourselves, yet we're spiritual beings that say that we have guides and we have God, we have the angels, we have, the ascended masters working with us, yet we all will go back into a defensive mode to fight battles for ourselves. Let go of the defensiveness and just begin to laugh. Let go and truly let God. So be non-defensive in this here season. Let people think, say what they want to, and know that you have become that I am presence that you desire. So the question would be, what I am presence do you want? What are you trying to manifest? All right. So again, be blessed and email me at ifwbuilders@gmail.com. Subscribe and share this video. Bye-bye.